and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is day 7 of the build progress at Villa FELIZ, and I'm actually headed out to the site now. There were some technical issues in the house this morning. Had some lack of water, but I did have enough water because I got up at 4:30 this morning. I was able to get a shower before the water actually went out at approximately 5:15. So I've recovered well. And then at exactly 7:02 this morning, 7:02, let's see, 7:02, I lost electricity. But I thought 7:02, that's awfully suspicious, because last time when the electric company was out here and they were actually doing some installation of some poles out here and some wiring, things like that, it went out at 8:02. So I'm wondering if they're doing some maintenance and they didn't let me know about this. So I guess you might say I'm kind of living off the grid. Maybe not by choice, but I'm not complaining. Hey. Good morning. Huh? Okay, I am being flagged over here. I gotta find out why I'm being flagged. Somebody wants my attention about something. Find out what's going on here. So anyway, I was walking outside and I was flagged over by the gentleman over in the big lot, and I wasn't really sure, and it was actually because he's like, these guys want to give me a ride today. So my neighbors said, come on, ride with me. So I'm actually riding with the neighbors to the front of the job site today. So anyway, I want to thank my friends. I want to thank Ronnie, and Alberto, and Dobo, and Albo. And I would like to thank everybody for giving me a ride and saving these old legs a few more steps, and we'll see you all back. Yeah, we will do.
Sunday,
on Sunday, maybe. Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day. You too. Have a wonderful day. So, like every day around here, you never know what to expect, and that was a pleasant surprise that the guys in the community came down and gave me a ride in. So yeah, great. So again, today is day 7 of the build. I think the agenda for today, I think we might be getting some steel reinforced rebar in today. They might actually start some of the works on that. So I always thought lettuce was like a cold weather kind of a vegetable, but I guess there's certain varieties of lettuce that actually grow even in the middle of the summer here in the Philippines. And look at how healthy that lettuce looks out there. Good morning. Beautiful garden. So as you can see, a lot of the folks out here have these beautiful gardens, and of course the whole theme of this subdivision is farm lots, and they encourage you to actually do your own vegetation. Now what a lot of people do is their lots are actually maintained. They'll have helpers, some workers that come in. Okay, it is about 10 till 9. You know, I left the house, what was it, around 7:30. But like anything around here, you run into neighbors when you come into the community. You run into neighbors in the neighborhood where the apartment is, and there's a lot of relaxing conversation that goes on, which is what's great about living over here. And next thing you know, it's an hour and a half later, but it's nothing pressing, because this morning they're continuing on doing the depth of where the concrete column supports are actually going to be poured. Take a look at where we are on this. It's getting deeper and deeper. And wow, you're way down there. Good morning. And and it looks like they did some cleanup. They moved the cocoa wood from in the street, so they got it all piled up and organized over here for when they use it for any of the other forms and scaffolding, what they're going to do out here. And as you see, we actually took delivery of the rebar. I'm not sure when this came in. I imagine it came in very early this morning because it wasn't here on Saturday, and they don't do deliveries, and they don't do any work on Sundays, as I told you. And we have one of the crew over here. He's actually doing the bending of the rebar with this handmade jig that he's using. And those rebars are going to be, when they start doing the columns, those are going to be the ones that surround all the vertical. As I discussed in one of my earlier videos, when I get to a certain stage of the construction and we're using a specific type of building material, I'll let you know what building materials that we selected. And I'm selecting these materials based on the recommendations by some of the previous builders out here, and people have had houses built, and they know the good quality and the not so good quality. So you want to ask a lot of questions, but for our situation right here, you'll see the PVC that we have that's going to be used for the plumbing right here. This is a company called Neltex. And Neltex is actually, it's locally manufactured in the Philippines. There's a lot of building materials that you're going to get over here that are actually made in the Philippines, because they don't outsource to other countries because of a lot of the costs involved in the imports, as taxes and customs fees and stuff like that. So you're kind of restricted to some of the items that are actually locally made within the Philippines. But Neltex is actually the PVC of choice for quality builds over here, and you want to be really careful when you're putting your especially your plumbing and your electrical together, because a lot of this is going to be hidden inside the concrete foundation or inside the concrete hollow blocks and poured with concrete around it. So once those things are actually hidden, if there's a defect inside the material, you possibly won't see this until months or years later. And if there's a crack inside, say, the PVC or a short bad cabling for your electrical, this could cause complications when you actually have to go to repair, because then you're going to have to cut into the concrete itself and make the repair. Not to mention, if it's a water type of a leak, you can imagine what it's going to do you'll get stains around the concrete, which I've seen that in one house already out here, where they had a problem with the water breaking one of the pipe systems inside the wall. So you want to make sure that you purchase high quality materials. And again, we'll talk about that as we go through the phase. I'll let you know what has been recommended to me. And a good So with construction going business as usual there, nothing real exciting on the site at this point. They're actually doing, like I said, they're doing the finishing up of the depth of the holes for the columns, and we have one of the crew members doing the bending of the rebar for the rebar that's going to be going inside those columns. So I'm going to take this opportunity to run into town and I got to grab some groceries, and I have to get a haircut. I'm surprised nobody's made any mention about some of my alfalfa looks and stuff like that. And this is growing like crazy, and my wife always tells me that needs to get cut. My wife hates the beard, but I like the beard. It's a guy thing. Yeah, I have to get a haircut, and I'm going to actually go to Joel. I am actually going to go try Joel just outside of the subdivision right here, and I'm going to see what you get for a 50 peso haircut. 50 peso, as you know, is equivalent to $1 US. So we'll see what that actually gets you. And I tell you, he comes with good recommendations. Because you remember my friend, the German homeowner out here, he stopped by this morning, as he does every morning, in his morning walk with his little dachshund Prince. And I said, where do you get your haircuts? And he's like, oh, I get right outside the gate here. I said, George. He said, oh yeah, George. So George, Joel is his preferred, and he takes his hat off and he shows me. He says, see, it's very good. And excuse my German accent. So anyway, I'm gonna go there. And he actually told me, what Henry told me was that George actually comes to his house and he does the haircut at his house. And I'm like, this is crazy. I can't wait to live here and have George come to the house and cut my hair on a Sunday afternoon or Monday morning or whenever, because you're retired, you can do it anytime. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and then head back out here to see what progress that they've done. Now, I spoke with my architect builder this morning, and he let me know, I spoke with him on the phone concerning another change, and I'll discuss that here in a minute, but he's actually probably not going to be at the site today. He has some pressing matters, and since the task at hand for the workers is mainly digging those holes and doing some bedding, some rebar, there's not a lot much that he needs to do as far as oversight on that. So that being said, the other item that I spoke with him, and I mentioned earlier this morning, there was a change. We decided. So my wife and I looked at the original plans that we had, and the plans that we've had over the years. Good morning. Good morning. I thought I mentioned in the deeds and restrictions that dogs weren't allowed to roam freely around here, but so yeah, so pardon the interruption. So where was I? Okay, I remember what I was talking about before Rinton Tin interrupted me. So anyway, we had something that's been a concern, and mainly a concern of mine. My wife doesn't look at the details as much as I do. So I was going over the plans, and I've looked at these plans. I can tell you I've looked at these plans 1,000 times if I've looked at them once. And one of the details inside the plans that's always been in the back of my mind have been the doors and windows. So, and we've made some changes on the doors and windows along the way. But one of the details that concern me, and as of now when I'm looking at how this is actually going to fit on this site, we're trying to optimize and use as much space as possible. And the original plan had all the doors that are going from the family room, the great room, and the dining room going out. Both of these going out onto the balcony area, the porch, and on the second floor where the master bedroom is, going into the upper level deck porch. They were all being constructed with French doors. And the original design of this house was much, I would say it was probably at least 25% bigger than what one we have now. We actually had to downsize this house to fit on this lot to meet the 25% footprint restriction for building out here. So what happens is when you shrink everything, you have to take in consideration things, especially such as doors. When they swing open, or, you know, what are they doing as far as taking up space that you have? So I looked at that, and when you open these doors, so anywhere that the doors open up, like out onto the patio, that area where the doors swing each time, you can't put anything there. You can't put a chair there. You can't put a planter there with a plant. You can't put anything there because you're going to need that space for the door to open and close. So we're deviating from our original plan, and it kind of takes away from the Mediterranean theme that we were trying to achieve here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put sliding UPVC tempered glass panels inside there. It'll look good, but it won't be what we wanted from the beginning. But the thing is, we'll have so much more room now to be able to put things on the outside. And the nice thing about the sliding glass windows here is you can also put screens inside there, so we can have the sliding glass doors open all day long, and we can have fresh air coming inside, do cross ventilation inside the house to keep the house cool. And that was something that one of the subscribers had made a comment about yesterday, about some of why aren't you talking about some of the important features like insulation and things to combat the heat and things like that. Well, this is one of the things that will help. We'll get a good cross ventilation. While I'm on that one topic, and I'll bring it up again later, is by using these sliding glass doors with the screens, all the UPVC that we're using for the material for the windows, which we're actually using UPVC for the framing, and we're going to be using tempered glass, and we're probably going to make a selection of some reflective tempered glass in certain areas where we're concerned with the heat, so it will reflect off, just like Vince's house over here. So we'll probably select something like that. We don't have to make that selection yet because that's still months down the road. So that will, the cross ventilation, the tempered glass, either tinted or reflective, that will help us with the heat inside the house. And I'll go on with some of the other materials that we're choosing and selecting, and ways that we're actually going to be trying to make it as cool and comfortable as possible in later videos as we get to those points. On another side note, when I was talking with Henry this morning when he stopped by my lot, I mentioned that we lost electricity at 7:02 this morning, and he said, "Oh yeah, I know about that." I'm like, "What? You know about it? How come you know everything about all this stuff?" Anyway, they get notified here at Tierra Maria whenever the electrical crews are actually going to be doing maintenance, and there's going to be a downtime. So I guess the downtime is going to be, I think it's 7 to 7 today. So it's a good thing. So I'm not going back to the apartment. That's a sweatbox back there in the middle of the afternoon, because the sun goes right where on the side where the roosters are. The sun's hitting me directly on that side, and that whole wall is concrete, and it's hot in here. So it's just, especially with no electricity, no fan blowing on you, there's no way. That's the source of why I don't have electricity today. So I didn't realize that I went to. It's not Joel. I'm sorry. I've been saying my barber is Joel, but my barber's name is really George, and I had to apologize to him. Sometimes my hearing isn't so good, so it's George. So I went to George. And I'm like, all right, I want to get a haircut. It's like no power. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run into town and do some business, but I promised him I would come tomorrow. So tomorrow we get to see what a 50 peso haircut looks like. So, and my apologies again to George for calling you Joel. I'm gonna walk a little bit. The folks back there were telling me that yesterday was like some kind of holiday thing. I know Saturday was a holiday, maybe it extended into Sunday. And she said something about water going into the streets, and she said that's why all the Jeeps are full right now, and I don't really understand all the details about it. But if I have to stand there more than 5 to 10 minutes, I don't mind walking for a while. And then if I see a jeepney, I'll catch a jeepney a little bit further down the road. I like to walk. as you know. Sometimes. I don't know what that was. I know the day before it was some kind of holiday. Remember when I went to the bank at Robinson? Maybe it extended out, or it was another holiday on Sunday. I don't know. But all I know, it's affecting me getting a ride into town today. So, as I'm walking down Pretorius, I stopped by this one woodworking shop inside here. They make doors and they make furniture, and this is actually one of the projects that they're working on right now. And I asked them what the kind of wood this is, and this is actually from the trees that we just took. This is actually mahogany. We just dropped mahogany trees down where we're building my house right now, but they're using the wood for, I think, maybe some church benches. And these are the drawers that actually go inside this unit right here.
Some drinks.
So the older gentleman inside it, that's his woodworking shop. His name is Wilson, and that cabinetry he's building inside there, it's like a buffet. And I asked him the price. And it's 35,000 pesos, varnished and delivered. So I want to get some mahogany furniture in our house, so I might actually contract him to actually build some of the stuff when we start getting towards the end of the project. I was really looking forward to a haircut today. Anyway, this is where I kind of wanted to take you for lunch today. This is the Lipa Grill. If you remember from one of my earlier videos about the high school reunion, the Mabini Academy high school reunion, it was actually in the facilities behind Lipa Grill. But I'm going to be willing to bet they have no electricity in there, and I'm not going to get lunch there today.
Hi, Tita Baby.
Look at who I ran into.
Hi.
So anyway, yeah. This was a heck of a coincidence. Walking down the street in Lipa and running into my niece, Minerva over here, and her family is they're actually still over in Tortola, and I think I have a video on there about it. And so, what's the chances of running into my niece in the middle of the afternoon just like this? But we're actually sitting here at FELIZ special sopao restaurant right here, and we're gonna have some sopao and some soup. What's the name of the soup that we're getting? It's like a ramen. What's it called?
Yeah. Chicken mommy.
Chicken mommy?
Yeah.
Chicken mommy. So we're gonna have that, and yeah, then I'm gonna head out to the mall and do some business, and then head back out to the job site. So I'll show you what the food looks like when it comes out.
You will love it.
This is oh, look at this. Oh man, look at that. So anyway, the name of this place is FELIZ, but Faye is actually the grandmother. The granddaughter actually runs the restaurant here now, but she uses the special secret recipe that is supposed to make the sopao so great. I'll let you know. I can't tell you how good this is, and how this is fresh, and whatever her grandmother's secret recipe is, this is a winner, and I want the secret. And what's the name of this?
Shomai.
And this also is fantastic.
This personal store, and this one here, the clothes store, is her sister's.
All right.
And there's another store there where they store toy cars. You know Tamiya?
Okay. So anyway, I just got done with lunch here at FELIZ, and her granddaughter actually is the one that's running it and does all the cooking now with that famous secret recipe. for the show pal, and I had the noodle soup, which is the mami. Chicken mami is what I had, but you can get it in beef. You can get pork maybe. But I will tell you right now that this place here it's another 2 thumbs up, and it is a 5-star. I promise you, this place is a 5-star. You will not get anything like this from frozen foods or anything like that. And if you want to know where the location at, right next door is the Carmel Church, right on P. Torrey's right here. So if you are in a neighborhood, definitely stop by FELIZ. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you. I'll see you later. So, I made it on site here again at the development. I was lucky. I got off the jeepney back there, and one of the guys from Anilau, that was the truck driver you saw I rode in with him. He stopped at the intersection right where I got off, and he says, let me give you a ride to your apartment. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to the subdivision, which is about 3 blocks down. And he said, well, let me give you a ride to the subdivision. So he gave me a ride to the subdivision. That was really kind of him. It's another one of the kind folks in the town that I live in here. And so I got on site and I spoke with the guard when I came through, and he notified me that there was some materials that were delivered. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's some more rebar. I'll take a look when I get over there. So basically what I'm going to do is just go to the site, and I've been gone since about 5 hours, at least 5 hours, and I want to just see where they are on the digging of the holes, the bending of the rebar, and who knows, I get surprised every time I go back. This is a good crew that my contractor has, and they really work hard. So I'll take a look at that. Oh, and it was so wonderful running into my my niece Minerva by Villarosa, which is where their family home is at, and getting to spend lunch with her and do some catch up with her. She was actually with her family in Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and then she moved back here to the Philippines with her fiance, and they're living up by Manila. And I'm Miguel. And yeah, it was a great time spending some time with her, and it was great eating at the restaurant, which was right next to the subdivision where her family home is at, and having the chopal and the mami, the chicken mami, and like again that was really good. And it's actually that kind of food is kind of tailored to Westerners' palates, and sometimes you need a little bit of a change, and I really liked it, and I will be going back there and having lunch. If I'm walking in that way, which I do pretty often, I will be stopping in there for lunch instead of doing like the fast food in the mall. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm just going to do a real quick check over at the site, and if there's nothing pressing, I'm going to go back to the apartment. And the only reason I'm going to go back to the apartment is because I have some groceries that I left at the front gate when I came in. And I want to get those in the ref here. The electricity is still out, and the electricity is not expected to come back on for another 4 or 5 hours. But the refrigerator is still cool. And what's neat about the refrigerator that I bought here is it has a feature where underneath the ice maker, the ice chest in the top, there's a big container inside that it has some kind of liquid gel or something like that. In the event that you have a brownout like we have right now, it will actually keep things cool, and I forgot how many hours that it will keep things cool inside the ref, but more a longer period than a standard refrigerator would. So I need to throw those items inside there before they spoil. So yeah, let's head over to the job site. Wow. These guys have been digging their hearts out today, and I'm really surprised at how much. Oh, so yeah, you see, we actually got the larger size rebar inside here. That was what the little delivery was, and that's what I expected it to be, more rebar. So I want you to see how deep these guys are digging here. Man, you guys are really deep. Good afternoon. I would say you're almost to China, but I think you're almost to the United States, because I think that's on the opposite side. Man, have you hit water yet? These guys have been working really hard out here. They are actually. I spoke with one of the crew, and he says they're actually at the level where they need to be, and what they're doing, they're just doing a level off at the very bottom. So they're pretty much where the bottom of the column support is actually going to start. So that's good, because the next thing I think is the construction of the rebar in preparation for the pours from the concrete. Oh, this is new too. Is this the form for the forms that go around the concrete columns? Ah. This can be reused, huh? Reused?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's got like a really slick surface on there. So I imagine once they cut it and the concrete starts hardening, then they'll remove it and they'll reuse it again for the next height of the concrete. Again, I'm speculating, but I'll ask my my contractor about that when he gets back here. Okay, so on the rebar that I have here, we have 10. This is what he's bending right now. What's that? 10, 20, and 16. Yeah. So that was 10 that he's working on over there, and down here, this is 16, and this is 20. I knew that we were going to possibly do the 20 for the upgrade for the basement. I don't know if this was normally going to be used anyway as part of the the original drawings, I will ask again my builder when he gets here. Again, I think he's going to be here tomorrow. Nothing real exciting going on the job site today. The holes continue to be dug deeper, and the crew doing rebar bending. So I'm going to head back out to the apartment. I don't know what time I'm going to have electricity, but if I don't have electricity, don't know what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to conclude today's video, and I hope I have electricity this evening so I can actually get it uploaded. And yeah, so if you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow, which will be day 8 of construction here at Villa FELIZ. So until then, have a wonderful day.